Right, ladies and gents, literally just finished having my tea and I've just come up with an idea that I wanted to do a video about. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to stop and start the video, but you're going to get the whole picture. I'm going to go out now. Obviously we're losing light quite rapidly, and there's a few properties that I've identified that I want to try and go direct to the vendor with. These look run down properties. I don't know if they are, I don't know if they're rented, I don't know anything about them, but we're going to go out to a couple of the properties, maybe just one of them for now, just so I can show you the process, and then we're going to come back, we're going to get on the computer, I'm going to show you how to find the address, how to do a land registry search, and then how to communicate or go direct to vendor with a letter. So the next part of this video, you'll see us at one of the properties that we've found locally. We're actually currently in Cirencester. It doesn't matter where you are in the country, you can follow exactly the same process to find, locate the vendor or locate the name, and then send them a letter or an email, depending on what the structure is or what the communication is, or what information you can get. So out for now, we'll see you over at the property. So obviously you've just seen us in the kitchen, we've come out, we're probably about a quarter of a mile away from where our house is, and I wanted to show you this example because this example, we've drove past it about 15 times previously, didn't put a letter through the door, and it's gone up with an agent. It didn't even go up for sale, it just went straight up as sold. These properties, the GDV on them was about 360 to 380. That's just sold at 220 on the open market with an agent. If we'd have got a letter through the door, we might have been able to get it even lower than that, 180, maybe 200. So there's massive profit margins. I'll just let you have a quick pan of the house. So these properties are, as you can see, really run down, but they have massive potential. And then if you look just behind us there, so the house with the golf, that's exactly the same property as the rundown one you've just seen, and that's the potential for it. So that might go for sort of 380 plus on one like that. So we're going to cut the video again and we'll restart you at the one that we're looking to put a letter through the door, contact the owners direct, and go direct to vendor. So you saw us at the house that obviously we lost because we didn't bother taking action and putting a letter through the door. But now, as you can see just behind me, we have a property that's prime. So when I'm walking around the streets, we're driving around, we'll do this about once a week, we're looking for prime properties that could be empty or run down, or just generally not being lived in, and that we would want to take on, renovate, develop, and then flip, or maybe put tenants in there. So this is one of them properties that's prime. We go past it all the time. It looks derelict, it looks like it's not owned. So just to talk you through the process, what we've done, we've identified it. We're then going to get the address by obviously looking at the street name. Make sure you get the door number as well. These two things are really important because when we do the land registry search, we need to know the door number and the address. Dead simple. This is within half a mile of where we live. Dead easy. Identify it. And now I'm going to take you back and we're going to get all the information together. We're going to do land registry search. We're going to price it up using Rightmove, looking in the local area, seeing what's sold. Even though we know the prices, I'm just going to walk you through step by step what to do. But this is how direct to vendor. Get yourself out there. You need to take action. Right, out for now. So just got back. I managed to get in front of the computer now, and what I'm going to do is, I would normally do it on Vimeo so I can sort of move it around, but this is a very quick video. This video is just to prove how easy it is to get up, get out, walk around, find somewhere, locate it, and then what to do once you've located a property. So what we need to do now, we've got the property address because we've just been stood outside it. You've just seen on the video previous what it is, what the property is. We'll send some photos as well. We'll put the photos in the comments below. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn the camera, face at the screen. I'm going to show you how to find the address of the property, the full address. Then we're going to do a Rightmove search to see what's selling locally in the area and what the price range is. And then we're going to do a land registry search to find out who owns the property so we can write directly to them and contact them direct and start communicating with them, and then we can potentially put an offer in. So first of all, if you just look at the screen, what I'm going to do now is postcode finder. So it's the royalmail.com, find a postcode, and this is the screen that you should be looking at. All we normally do is just put in 49. Obviously you've got the door number off the door, and then we got the road off the road sign, and it's Upper Churn. There we go, Upper Churnside, Cirencester, GL7 1AR. So I click on that. That then gives me this address. So on the postcode finder, all I can do then is copy the postcode, and then if we go onto Rightmove, so this is just Rightmove's normal site, and this is the initial check. Obviously as an estate agent I have different software, so I can go on Rightmove Plus, which is this, but don't worry about that for now. All you need is the normal Rightmove page. We're going to click house prices at the top and then sold house prices. We're going to drop our postcode into there like so and click search. What this will do is this will highlight any properties in the immediate area that have sold recently. So the only one on there was in 2019. That's no good for us, so I want to expand the search engine up by 1/4 mile. So you go on filters and you just change it to 1/4 mile, and it should give us a few more options. As you can see there, within 1/4 mile, the most recent one to sell 2013 September was 473, and then we've got a little 2-bed terrace that sold at 248, and that was in September. 272, 369. So what we can see on there's quite a variety of properties that sell at different prices, but the top information here will give you the average house price, and that's broken down even further. So if we look, GL7 1AR during the last year, semi-detached properties, so these are the properties we're looking for because that's what our property is, the average price was 383. So what we need to do now, we know all that information off Rightmove. We're going to click on buy, properties for sale, and we're going to see what's on the open market currently in that area. Include sold subject to contract within 1/4 mile again, and it'll give us everything on the market. There's quite a lot, so what we're going to do, we're just going to shorten the search engine down to just semi-detached because they're the sort of properties we're looking for, and we can see what's on there. So there's 8 results in the immediate area, or sorry, within 1/4 mile, and they're ranging from 468,500 for a 5-bed all the way down to 235. So on the video, this property here that I'm highlighting is the one that was run down. We'll click on it quickly, and that's the one I've just been stood outside that sold with the agent. So it was on the market at 235. It wasn't on the market, sold. It went straight to sold. So that's gone for about 235 grand. And remember, if we go back to the high end, well, we won't go to the high end, we'll go to the middle, similar type of property that's done up. So these 3 here are exactly the same property in exactly the same area, 3-bed, and that was a 4-bed because it's on an extension, sold subject to contract, sold. So they're ranging from 395 up to 365. On a property like this, the one that's run down, you're probably going to spend about 65, maybe 70 grand on it, but still there's huge profit margins, and that's because of where we are in the country on the M4 corridor into London. So it's quite a prestigious area and where people want to be. So now we've got that in our heads, we'll write them figures down. So we know the GDV is roughly going to be 360 to 390 based on what's sold recently on the market, and also based on the data that Rightmove's shown us. The next thing I want to show you is doing a search. So what we want to do is, we've got the address now, as we know. We now want to do a land registry search. Bear in mind the system I use I Am Sold. You'll have to use the land registry, so this will differ. But going on the land registry, you'll pay £3 and you'll be able to download the title. This is just giving an example of what I do. So order a land registry document, and then we're going to drop the postcode in there. We can't drop it in because the system won't allow. GL7 1AR, GL7 1AR, and the reason we're doing this is to find out who the owner is. It's number 49. Next. So we just make sure the property information is right on this system. The system differs anyway, so it doesn't matter how it works. I just want to show you what we're trying to achieve. So there's two titles on this property. One's for a leasehold and one's for the freehold. I'm guessing the house itself is the actual freehold title, and there might be a shed which we saw in the back garden or a garage over the road which might be the lease, but we'll have a look at the freehold first. So we click next. We don't want the title plan. You can print both, but it's going to cost you £6. And if you're doing this quite often, you just want the main title register, because the title register will show you who owns that property. So we're just going to do the title register. We click on that. That then allows us to purchase the title register for £3, as you can see there, for the relevant property. Order. And now we have the title register. We'll download that report, which is now downloaded, and this is what you're going to get from the land registry or the system that you use. So it's the official copy of the registry of the title. There's a lot of information in here, but the main things I want to check is it's freehold, and also I want to find out who owns the property. So if you see here, it says proprietorship register, and okay. So in this instance, normally what you'd have would be the person's name who owns the property here, but in this circumstance, it's actually a company that owns the property, which is actually good for us because we can do a Google search on this company, and we can also do a company's house search as well. But normally you would have the person's name in there, and then also under that you have their address. So remember, if the person's address who owns the property is different, it's that address that you want to be writing to. You can write a letter to that address and send one or post one through the property door, but I always write to the one that's on the land registry. So what I'm going to do from here, because it's a company that owns it, I'm going to take that information, copy it. I'm going to go on company's house. On company's house, it will ask you if you want to find a company's information. So we're on the Gov website, find information, start now, drop in the full name of the company. There we go. So now you can see it's give us the company name. So there's actually two on there. So I'm guessing I would go for the one that corresponds with the address on the title. I'll click that, and it'll give us a bit of information of, so it was owned by another company. And what we're doing now, we're just acting like detectives. We're just doing as much digging as possible to find out as much information. In this circumstance, the information isn't available, so there's very little information on there, which doesn't really help us. But what we can do, we can flick across and we can actually Google the company to see who they are. So quick Google search, and we know exactly who these people are. So now this is very interesting. We don't necessarily just have to send a letter now, because if I click contact us, it's going to give us a range of details. So there might be a local manager in the area that we can email and get direct comms with him. I'm quite excited about this, and the reason I'm excited is because it looks like they're a housing group, and if we have a look on their information, so the about us, it tells us exactly what they do, and then we can go on what we do. It gives us a nice spiel, and you can read through this information and do as much research as you want. I don't like to dig too deep, just because it's all a time game for me. If this is just one property, but if you're doing between 10 and 20 of these a day, you have to be very quick with what you're doing. I don't know if there's any. I'm looking for something like partnerships now. So there's a lot more information on what they do. I will study this in a bit more in depth, but social housing, affordable ownership. So it's all quite good information. I don't want the video to run on too long to boring everyone, but I'm sure in here somewhere. Yeah, so obviously on this page, I'm just trying to find some more information. Basically, if you scroll down to the bottom, it says actually building homes with us, which is interesting. So I want to have a quick look at this. Quick look through the details. Here we go. So this is interesting. We welcome the opportunity to work with you. So this is basically, and one that's caught my eye is entering into joint ventures, both with the public and the private sector. So this is really exciting now. So that one property is actually giving us an opportunity to potentially JV with this company. We haven't done much research, but it's sort of opening my eyes, and like I say, it's detective work. And if we actually scroll down to the bottom, we can see they're broken into regions. So you've got obviously the north, you've got the south, and you've also got the west. So we're down in Cirencester, which is in the west. So we've got the guy's name, Craig McDonald, and his phone number. So we've got direct comms to him, so we can give him a ring. We've also got his email. So if we fire him an email and see, basically, I don't know, I'm going on loop on my emails, not loop. And we'll just compose message, drop his email in there. Obviously we'll fire a subject in there, and what I'll do is I'll go away, I'll fill out the email now, I'll send him an email, and then just see if we get anything back. So basically, yeah, I know it's a bit of a long video, but I just wanted to show how easy it is to go through the whole process, start to finish, getting out there, looking around your immediate area to start with, but then you can start breaking areas down when you're driving around in the car. And all you've got to do is document the potential properties, get the door number, get the address, and you're looking for stuff that's run down, you're looking for stuff that is obviously aging quite badly, but look for the bad properties in good areas, because they're the ones that are going to give you the biggest GDVs. And this is how we find our properties. I have a lot of people asking me all the time, how do you get deals, how do you get deals? And this is one of the best ways. Direct to vendor, putting letters, finding out information, you're just acting like a detective. So hopefully the video has been good for you. Like ever, if you want to invest or you want to do some JV partnerships with me, get in contact, speak to me. I have about 20-30 people more a day having conversations, all in different stages of the property journey. I'm meeting between sort of 3 to 5 investors a week up in the lake, showing them what we're doing. I set one of the goals, when I put the goals out the other day, was to raise £1 million in other people's money. I will probably do that next week, depending on how the meetings go. So get involved, speak to me, and if there's any questions, just DM me. Out for now.